welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie. I look like an anchor. Hold on.
Like a ship anchor? Oh, like a news anchor.
Yeah, I mean, this is a linen shirt.
Off?
A news anchor would never wear this, but it looks very fancy on camera. This is not the vibe I'm going for.
I went fancier today. I'm wearing non-jeans.
It's crazy. It's wild seeing you.
What they call chinos.
But they're joggers.
No. Chinos and joggers are not the same thing. Chinos are like golf pants that you can dress up and even wear to like a business casual type thing.
I know. It's just weird seeing you in pants that are not jeans or workout things. It's kind of bizarre.
It's a new me. It's a new me, Carla Marie. You're wearing linen shirts. I'm wearing nice pants.
I've been wearing linen shirts. It's my new material.
Thank you for hanging out with us. And I do want to say congratulations to everyone in the chat. Now, if you remember, back when we were in New Jersey, we got this alert that we were able to get the golden kappa.
Oh, that was in like Hype Train. It was a thing that popped up. And we were like, what is this?
If we got to a certain level, we'd get the golden kappa. We had no idea what that meant. And for 24 hours, everyone that was in our chat at that time was able to then use this very specific emote. It was a gold tone kappa emote, which is a face. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe it was just a thing Twitch did that day. Then we were talking to our friend Ramon, who also does a lot of stuff for Twitch. And I had noticed that a couple days prior, he had sent us a message on Twitch, like a whisper, saying, hey, congrats on the golden kappa. Okay, cool. So when we talked to him on the phone, he said, guys, that was so cool that you were selected for the golden kappa. And I said, Ramon, what are you talking about? Apparently only one single channel
per day
on Twitch gets that option.
And there are millions.
And not every channel hits it, obviously. Right. So we were the one channel in the entire world that got access to it. And not only did we get access, we accomplished the task. And you guys anyone that was in the chat that day, you were the only people in the world that could use the golden kappa that day.
Well, like,
I wish I knew.
Exactly. Like, is there a Twitch? We didn't get an email.
There's a newsletter that sometimes goes out. I feel like they didn't tell us about that.
Yeah, it is really cool.
So hopefully you guys all use the golden kappa, and maybe we'll get it one day down the road.
I did see Lisa just gifted a bunch of subs.
Oh, cool.
Make sure.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jen.
As well.
Sweet Eats by V dropped 2,000 bits. We also got
Daniel.
a sub from Sweet Eats by V.
And then we got a whisper, which is a DM on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned it as well. Mel Paulin whispered to us and said, hey, I wanted to tell Lisa, thank you for gifting me a tier 1 sub. This was the other day. But she has whispers blocked. I was like, I don't even know. I bet Lisa doesn't even know that she has whispers blocked because it's Twitch.
Or it's on purpose.
Or it is on purpose. Because
you're allowed to block messages.
Who needs another platform to check DMs on? But I just wanted to pass that message along.
Which is also a good thing to talk about in terms of our Discord.
Oh, yeah.
If you actually do want to hang out with the community, talk a little bit, throw your Wordle scores in there, whatever you want to do, we do have a Discord. Mm-hmm. And I believe Discord now, they used to have to update the link all the time because they would change it after a certain amount of days. So if we were sharing a link to our Discord, it would expire.
You don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's gone. So we can actually put that link, anyone can put that link in the chat right now. And if you feel like joining Discord, if you know what that is, I actually think it's probably the best group community platform out there. If you actually like get into it and use it, it's great. My brothers and I use it every single day.
Well, we tried getting the content kittens on there. Jake, Erica, Ricky, and John.
Yeah, Jake is the problem, isn't he?
100%.
And John, actually.
Yeah.
But Jake is more of a problem. John is more like...
I'm so aloof.
Yeah. You know?
John is the most aloof character in our group.
Oh, yeah, probably. But it's a great place to be. Like, I wish I was more like John. I think at one point I was like John.
It's a little bit.
But John...
Or he
What?
I think he's less aloof than he acts.
I don't think so. I'm not saying that he's not smart. I think he's a very smart human being. Mm-hmm. I just think maybe he just he views the world with like rose-colored glasses, you know? He is a very positive person. We could all have a little John. We could all be a little more like John, honestly.
Okay, so speaking of this group chat, I want to see if this happened to anyone else or happens to anyone else. So we have a group chat, 5 of us. We're all in there yesterday, chit-chatting away. And I, asked a question. I was like, if you got offered that job, Jake, would you do it? Almost like a hypothetical fun situation. Then we get a text, all of us. So we're kind of all put into another group chat with this number that no one has saved, right? It's a 530 number, which is California. We all get put into this group chat, same amount of us, and this one random number we don't know. And they say, what would the job be? Okay? So we're all in our regular chat, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
This number that we don't know just put us all in a chat and is responding to something Carla Marie, said in a chat that this rando isn't in. So then everyone else, or one person gets a message with all these other numbers they don't know. I think it was Jake or Erica, one of them.
A different number?
Yeah. No. So I ended up paying $1.95 to do a phone lookup. I even star 67 them. They didn't answer or whatever. And it's some 70-year-old man in California.
But it's probably actually not a 70-year-old man in California. It's probably someone using a phone masking type thing.
Could be. I don't know. Has this happened? No. It's not normal.
Not at all. Could you do me a favor, Carla Marie?
Yeah.
That camera, tilt it down a little bit. I'm a little too low on the screen.
Maybe you should sit up.
I am sitting up all the way. A little more. A tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Nope, now you're moving it towards... Nope, other way. There we go. That's close, I guess. Yeah, that was weird. And I blocked that number immediately.
Yeah, we were freaked out.
But a good reminder, I've talked about it before on the podcast a little bit. I don't know if I've talked about it here. If you do two-factor authentication on your phone for any of your apps, if you log in, oh, there we go.
Oh my God.
Wait, we just kicked off a hype train? I feel like that's...
No, it's level 4. I don't know why we just heard the chew.
That's weird. All right, hype train level 4
How
activated.
come it only does one chew?
What do you mean?
Trains just don't, they go chew, chew.
No, not always.
Actual trains?
Have you lived by trains? I lived by trains my whole life. I lived under the tracks when I was a kid.
We're a troll.
I did live by trains basically my whole life. Anyway, the phone number thing. If you use two-factor authentication, which everyone should have turned on any app that allows you to do it, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, what that does is when you log in from a new device or when you log in for the first time on your current device, it'll send a text message to your phone to verify that is you.
Okay.
Right? Which makes it a little harder to hack your account. But one of the other problems with the most basic form of two-factor authentication, which is the text line, is your texts are actually not that safe.
Yeah. Clearly. That random, what the heck was his name? Sam?
So
something?
It's possible for someone to basically either duplicate your number or get into your text messages. So there are better ways to get two-factor authentication, like an authentication app or a physical key, which is probably the most safe, but also the least convenient because you have to carry around this digital key in case you ever get locked out.
I use the Google Authy app.
I use 2FAS.
Isn't that such a weird word to say, though?
Authy? Yeah.
So stupid.
I use 2FAS, which is pretty good. And what that does is you link it with your account right away, not right away, but to start to set it up. And then it'll continue generating new codes. Mine does it every 30 seconds. And when I log into Twitch, for example, I've got to go into that app, find that code.
It's crazy how it works.
And put it in. But that code will then expire in 30 seconds. So I have to make sure I do it in time. But it keeps it fresh so that no one can save your code. And it's a more in-the-moment type of logging in.
2FAS is what you use?
2FAS is what I use.
And I use Google's Authy. Because Scotty was like, can you please type out?
Yeah, Melissa said, we have an app like that when we clock out.
For work. Makes sense.
Yep.
Also, some platforms will give you 10 codes. So Twitter used to do this. I know Instagram has it. They'll be like, save these somewhere in your notes. You'll have, we'll say, what are one of the codes we've given you? And they're like.
And that's usually if you get locked out or something. Or if you forget your password, something like that.
Oh, Authy is different than Google Authenticator. Thank you, Gary the Llama. I use Google Authenticator.
Oh, yeah. Authy is a separate app. I don't know. I didn't catch that either.
Whatever the Google one is. But I have both.
Google is Authenticator. It's called Google Authenticator. but then there's an Authy app, which is separate. They all do essentially the same thing. Gary the Llama said Authy is amazing, though.
Okay.
Ooh, what is that little emote by Gary's name?
Any. It says any.
It looks like a key, like a keystroke.
Oh, it is.
A keycap? Oh, okay, there we go.
Guys.
All right, Hype Train level 5. That's where we are at, and we should be through Hype Train level
5. So Seattle Cocktail Club is out of office. So Seattle Cocktail Club.
What are you gonna make us?
Well, I have Jordan is prepared. She left us.
Oh, she did.
With the list. It's so National Vodka Day was the 4th, yesterday. Your brother's birthday is National Vodka Day.
I did not know that. Does it line up? Is it October 4th every year?
That's how national days work.
No, because sometimes it's like the first
Not
Monday
normally.
of whatever.
That's not for national days. No.
Oh, okay.
Not.
They're all made up. It doesn't matter.
Anywime, it's Tito's Vodka, triple sec, and lime.
Cool. All right. Well, we have 17% of the way to get there.
Okay.
So we're at 83%. Did I do
So
the
wait.
math right? I did.
So that text message thing happened to no one else. Do we think we were being pranked, or was that like a glitch in the Matrix?
I think we could have been hacked, but I also think I wouldn't put it past John or Jake to mess with us.
Because John never responded. Is he alive?
Maybe.
Maybe this person kidnapped John and took
I
over.
feel like since he's part of a morning show, we would have found out if he was dead by now. Because someone would have been like, John didn't show up to work.
But they would call us.
No, but we know enough people there where like Erica would have found out or Ricky would have found out, and then we would have known. So I'm going to assume John is very much alive. I'm going to view the world like John and assume that John is alive. I'm not going to view the world like Carla Marie and assume that he's dead.
DJ Synth, thank you for the bits. Although your bits are these lights. You don't need to
That's
do that.
a weird thing to say. Becky from Miami also drops 200 bits, which I think, bam, there we go, Carla Marie. Radio fam subscribed. Cardi Giacomo also gave us some bits, and we are over level 5, Hype Train level 5.
I'll be RB.
So where are you going to go?
To the bar.
Well, come on, make it quick.
This
make
is why we need a rogue camera.
Make it. What are you waiting for?
The thing to open. I'm having some issues here. There we go. Look at all my instructions.
Oh, so you have to like mix this thing up. Is it all pre-portioned?
No.
So this is not like HelloFresh.
I hate you that was funny.
We have to record another HelloFresh commercial today. Okay, so I don't know what to do now. Feel free to ask some questions because I don't really want to go forward with the show. What? Hold on, let me... I think she said she made it so easy for me. I believe that's what she just screamed, which is very nice. Mr. Miami Cool, how's the day going? It's going pretty well, honestly. I believe last night may have been one of the first work nights that I have actually gone to bed with close to 8 hours of sleep. So that was pretty exciting. Obviously, Max the cat woke me up twice, but other than that, pretty good. Ooh, DJ Synth, Anthony, are you upgrading your phone? I believe I will get the Pixel 8. Right now I'm on the Pixel 7 Pro, and we do have a deal with T-Mobile, and they do upgrade us once a year, which is very nice. And I haven't gone for a normal color, like black or white phone since I had my LG Chocolate, which I got the green one. Best phone I ever had. I think I might go for the blue Pixel because it looks really badass. It's like a powder blue, a North Carolina blue. It's Megnut Megan. Does Max sleep with you every night? Not really. Max does her own thing, but she will randomly just decide to wake me up and then want to cuddle, and then she'll leave an hour later and then come back. Max has this really weird talent. She is able to, no matter if I'm sleeping for the night, taking a nap, whatever, she will cuddle up next to me about 5 minutes before I'm supposed to get up, which makes it very difficult for me to actually leave. It's weird. No matter what time of day, it's just this weird thing that she does. Scotty from Pittsburgh. I was about to say Scotty from West Seattle. Oh my God, LG chocolate. I had that too, and it was like a military tank, impossible to break. That was a very sturdy phone. You know what they say? They don't make them like they used to. Ooh, did I find my outfit for the rave? I have not. We haven't confirmed if we're going yet. I don't know what I would wear to a rave. You know, I've been to like EDM shows, but I wouldn't consider them raves. Am I supposed to wear like booby tassels? I have no idea. Let's see. Mergen, this is a very long message. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, it just disappeared. Where the hell did it go? Here it is. I've been wondering if the ad for Athena Razor Club is a script they wrote, because every time I picture CM digging around for her razor under shampoo bottles at the bottom of the shower, I think of those cheesy as seen on TV commercials where people are incapable of simple tasks. No, that I think Carla Marie wrote that. Pretty sure. Sometimes what happens with a lot of the clients is they'll give us bullet points, and then we just write our script however we see fit. We have very rarely, unless it's like legal stuff for DraftKings, we get to basically say whatever we want within reason. All right, Carla Marie. Yes, thank you for shaking that over there.
I already did a little shake. Did you say dicking around?
I don't think I did. Digging around. Not D-I-C-K-I-N-G around. Ooh, great question. It's Meg, not Megan. Guys, should I wear a Blink-182 shirt to When We Were Young? Is it dorky to wear a shirt of a band you are seeing?
No, not anymore. I've asked this. The kids do it. Like, people wear Taylor Swift shirts to Taylor Swift shows.
I'd say, especially at an event like When We Were Young, do it up. I mean, you're going there for the nostalgia. You're going there for some throwbacks. Enjoy yourself. Who cares? No, if anyone comes up to you and is like, I can't believe you're wearing a Blink-182 shirt to a Blink-182 show, tell them they're stupid for even saying that out loud to another person. You're not allowed to feel it, but going up to a stranger and saying something is weird. Cheers to you, Carla Marie. Cheers to everyone who supported the stream.
Oh, this is a kamikaze.
Cheers to Jordan, who prepared everything for Carla Marie and Seattle Cocktail Club. Woo! That is a kamikaze for sure. Haven't had one of those in a while.
Still cold. Ooh, that's good though. Sir, please leave a tip.
Oh. No, it's going to ask you a question.
It's going to ask you a question? Yeah, idiot. Speaking of Seattle Cocktail Club, if you are in the Richmond, Virginia area, they are doing like Seattle
North Carolina, come on and raise up.
Carnival of Cocktails is this month.
I know it's Virginia, but I just thought about that.
In your city, October 21st, I believe. If you want to go, let us know, but also we can send you a link and stuff in here. But Carnival of Cocktails is coming to Richmond. I'm bummed. We would have gone.
Yeah.
If
we're not in the country.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Petey Pablo mentions Virginia in that song. North Carolina. He's got to. 99% sure. All right, on to the show, Carla Marie. Now that it is 8:24, the Gold Kappa was explained. Next thing on the list, Jumpin' Tones. So I went to a concert on Monday, Census Fail, here in Seattle at the Crocodile. And towards the end of the show, I was a couple beers deep, and I did a little, like, bunny hop. Like, I kind of just got up.
Got off the ground?
I got up a little bit, barely. I did that 3 times, and then very quickly thought to myself, I'm an adult. I should maybe not try to tear my Achilles again. Let's calm down.
How'd it feel?
Felt fine.
It didn't hurt?
No. But then I went to physical therapy yesterday. And what my favorite part of physical therapy yesterday was when it was 11:20 our time here in Seattle, which is when all of the alarms went off.
Mine went off at 18.
Oh, well, you're weird. Maybe your clock's wrong.
I think it pinged different areas, different times.
Maybe. Either way, everyone's phones, the TV, the radio, everything went off at the same time. I had turned my phone off originally because I didn't feel like dealing with it. But it was very funny to see everyone. And some people were genuinely confused.
They didn't know?
There were like 3 of the people that I think are left in the world that didn't know that was going to happen.
I saw someone posting on Instagram, and they were like, oh, my God, did anyone else get this? And I was like...
But
what rock? What rock?
Later on, I did all my exercises. I did the BFR training, the blood flow restriction thing, where they strap me up. And I was getting my list of exercises that I can do for the rest of the week until I go back next week. And Jack, who is my physical therapist of the day, she was telling me that we're going to work on getting me to jump soon, like small plyometric things. I said, well, Jack, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I was at a concert 2 days ago, and I did jump a little bit. She was like, no way. That's what we're working towards. How did it feel? Did it hurt the next day? And I said, no, I did it a couple times. I definitely didn't feel like I was jumping very high.
Right.
But it felt fine. I did the little bunny head. Like, imagine putting your feet together and just, like, bouncing a little bit, right? So she said, you know what? Then just do a couple of those every day. And when you get back here next week, we'll see what we can do in terms of plyometrics. So I am now able to jump. Not jump like I used to.
Okay. But
it's the first time I've jumped since June 7th.
You don't really know how high you used to be able to jump, though. It's not like this is high school and we're measuring with those slappy things you got to spin around. Like, remember you would jump and slap them?
The vertical jump test. When I did it with the Seahawks, granted this is like 5 years ago at this point, I think I had a 26-inch vertical. It's not like NBA, but it's not bad.
Now you have like
Now I have a half-inch vertical. I have always been able to jump reasonably well, which I think is going to mess with my head as I rehab this, because I'm not going to be able to jump well for a very long time. Although by December 7th, 6 months out, they said I'm cleared to do everything. I just won't be able to do it as well as I used to.
So you can run on December 7th?
Theoretically.
You want to go for a run?
Right now?
On December 7th.
I'd like to, hopefully.
We'll run a cute little marathon.
A marathon?
A 5K marathon.
Oh. But yeah, I am now jumping tones for the first time in
congratulations.
Whatever, 4 months, whatever.
Good job.
It's weird.
You like are a model PT student?
They did tell me
student,
that.
Like client? You actually do the exercises at home?
Yeah. I could do them more. I could be a little more consistent than I have been. There are some days that I miss, but for the most part, even when I got there, the first week or two, both physical therapists that I've worked with have said, you know what, I think you're gonna be fine. You're probably gonna be one of the easiest clients that we have. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, they're not taking my money. Yeah. They're taking
insurance.
Yeah.
So just to go back to the alerts really quick, Mish Rack said their Galaxy watch went off. My watch went off too. I was not prepared for that.
Oh, yeah.
And Fred the mailman said his phone didn't make an audible noise, but his postal scanner did. And I said, I'm sorry, what, your postal scanner?
That's
and
crazy.
He said that, they even get Amber Alerts on them. I got to see what one looks like. Because
you've never seen them?
I think I've only signed on like UPS or FedEx. I never really paid attention to I just hear the beeps all the time because the person is outside our house because our mailbox for everyone is right there. And I hear the beep, slamming door, beep, slamming the door. So that gives me a little PTSD.
Why?
Because I just like, actually the
PTSD.
The new guy's not that loud. And he comes at 8 p.m.
There is one of the mail carriers. I mean, they slam those metal doors.
I don't know why.
Listen, they can do whatever they want. They're bringing us our mail.
Yeah.
They get a free pass for a lot of things. Let's see. Jen said it only went off on her phone, not her watch.
Interesting.
I wonder if some people...
have cellular.
You have cellular on that. Some people... Most watches are just Bluetooth.
Yeah. So maybe
that's probably why. I think any device that can receive a signal on its own was supposed to get it. Oh, Fred the mailman said we slam them because they won't close properly if you don't.
But I don't slam it and it closes.
Maybe you're not closing it properly. And when you close it, there's nothing in there. So it's less important. Think about that. Well, because when they're closing it, there's something in there.
You know how you can do a ride along with the police officer?
Yes.
Like, can you do a ride along with the mailman? Mail carrier?
Officially, maybe not, but I don't see why you couldn't just like hop along with someone. Like our friend Sabrina.
Yeah.
What if you just went along with her?
I'll ask
She's
her.
in Seattle, downtown.
She's in West Seattle, but okay.
No, because sometimes she's downtown because I've seen her post views from there on her route. I don't know.
Or they're just
also in New Jersey, you could go with my cousin My cousin Jamil's a postal carrier now.
Or it can go to Ohio.
Or you can
Wait,
go
let's
to
see
Ohio.
what Fred says. Oh, true. They open the mail carriers have to open the whole mail thing. Like if you have one of those mailboxes that has several addresses,
Yeah.
it's one big door that they have the option to open.
Oh, really?
And he said that's you have to slam.
Okay. Ours, I feel like they open everyone individually.
I don't know. I'm going to watch.
Who knows?
I'll find out on my ride along. I guess it's a walk along.
Depends on how they do it. Maybe get the little that little cart they use.
Well, I'm not going to sit in it.
Why not? You're like a little kid in one of their little pouches.
I also would like to sign up to do a ride along with firefighters because that would be fun.
Yeah.
To sit in the little backwards guy, except I'd vomit. What else can we do?
I mean, cops, firefighters,
All the
ambulance?
careers that are on the poster when you're a kid.
What about an ambulance?
Doctor, I would like to do. Like a surgeon. I want to be in the room when they're like,
I don't want to be anywhere near that.
oh my God, please. For once, you're going to use this one day when I'm up for murder, but.
Up for murder?
Up for murder. I so bad want to feel what it's like to scalpel open a person.
Didn't you dissect an animal at any point?
Different. Slimy and different.
What did you dissect?
Frogs, cats, worms.
You dissected an actual cat?
Yeah, we skinned it and then dissected it. It was not a fun time. Actually, it was because I gave 0 Fs about cats when I was in high school.
Oh, that's weird.
And then one of them got a pregnant cat. I can't.
That's terrible. We did frogs. We've done we did worms in high school. We did frogs, I believe. Maybe not senior year because I didn't take science.
Freshman year we did frogs.
Maybe I did frogs in college.
It's so sad.
And
where are they coming from? Like, those frogs are killed for science. The cats were, euthanized because shelters were, which also is not okay.
Yeah.
But, they're just killing frogs for the sake of idiot kids. I learned nothing.
Learned a little bit. You don't feel bad about the worms? Just the frogs and the cats? I know someone did not pigs, but like a pig fetus or something, right?
Who did pigs? Who were we talking to?
I think one of the classes.
I think the AP anatomy class in my high school did that. But I would love to just be in, and I don't want to do it on an autopsy. I want to be in a surgery where they're just like, all right, you just do it.
Yeah, I don't think that's definitely not allowed. It's Meg Not Megan said we did frogs and owl pellets, aka owl poop. That's actually owl throw up, not owl poop.
We did that too.
It's basically a hairball from an owl, as far as I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But we did that as well. That was actually kind of fun because then what we did in our class, which this was in high school, we had to then work with our other classmates and see if anyone could put together an actual
bird or whatever they ate.
Mouse skeleton.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. But I don't know what we would, because you said you didn't learn anything from that. I don't know if it's necessarily you're supposed to be able to do that on your own.
No.
But it just helps you learn about biology, the animal kingdom. I think it's useful.
But I wonder.
But I don't think I would do cats.
But you learn things and you don't continue to use them, right? So
Yeah.
you lose it. Is it for the sake of?
So this is one of the fallacies that we now tell ourselves about school. I don't use that thing anymore, therefore it was useless. It's not about always using that thing, or it's not even about the books that you read. It's learning to learn.
No, of course.
Right?
Expand the brain. I get all of that.
Yeah. It's learning it's understanding the principles behind certain theories. So the Pythagorean theorem, for example. How often are you ever going to have to use that?
A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Not very often. That is correct. But it's understanding the concepts.
It's puzzles for your
to
brain.
expand your mind.
I get that. But I was thinking literally this week how I almost wish at every 5 or 10 years there was a refresher week where your employer gave you off. It was paid time off, and you went to a refresher week of things you learned in high school. Just to kind of oh, yeah. Here's the basics of history on day 1. Day 2, this is grammar, which we all could use.
We thought about one of these as a segment for the Morning Show podcast, which we might bring in next year. It was called Back to School. And every day, or maybe once a week,
As a teacher.
No, we would just pick a topic.
No, but my idea, the better part of it, was that we would have a teacher kind of either tell us or get audio of them telling us what they were teaching their students like that day, what the lesson plan was. And this way we have a real teacher in a real city at a real school telling us.
Yeah, but telling us the lesson plan.
Or what it is, like teaching us.
We could do that.
We can get them on.
You're going to have to source all of that. So good luck. Maybe we do a hybrid, you know? Run Like a Husky said, I used it when I went to college for animal science, and I am now a vet tech.
Well, yeah.
See? And it's another thing. I talked about how a lot of the things we learn in school that we no longer use today is to expand our mind. The other thing is to expose you to certain things, to see what you are good at. Now, I still think our school system can use a very big upgrade.
Yeah.
In terms of allowing different types of schooling, different types of students to excel. Because right now, generally speaking, one type of student excels, and it's an obedient student. But not every child, rarely is a child willingly obedient.
Oh, it's not.
Right?
Well,
our school system is set up, yes, to expand your mind and to do all the things we just talked about, but also to make you a good factory worker.
Like
show up on time, do the task,
I know.
Get the grade, go home.
I don't even remember things I learned in college.
Yeah. And part of it's the fact that we were idiot kids, right? Like, it's not all the school system's fault.
But I think about this all the time.
Somewhat our fault.
I have a piece of paper, $103,000 bill plus interest over 13 years. Yes, I learned stuff. Yes, I got a job and whatever, move on. But what did I don't remember things that I learned. Very minimal things do I remember. And I can almost recall like the topic, but not the whole thing, if that makes sense. Like
the whole lesson.
Right. Like in my intro to media class, I remember the most from because I took the class and then 2-3 years later, I was like the IA, not a TA because TAs are grad students. I was like instructor's assistant. So I took the class almost a second time, and that's when I truly retained so much information.
Yeah, so you did it twice, and it's something that you were very interested in.
Yes, and
right? If you were talking about Viking ships or something in a history class, maybe not something that you were interested in.
We were because I was a Viking.
What?
My high school were the Vikings.
Oh.
So I did care. Martha said, I can confidently say I remember nothing from school, nothing at all.
And that's fine.
It's crazy.
But I'm sure some of those lessons still come through today somehow.
But
your brain is bigger because of it.
But how fun would a refresher week be every 10 years?
It'd be great. It's kind of like watching Explained on Netflix.
Release videos every 10 years.
What we really need is Schoolhouse Rock. We need Schoolhouse Rock fully funded YouTube channel or TikTok. Something like that. Like, what was it? The two that I remember? Conjunction Junction?
Yes, Conjunction Junction.
Conjunction Junction. What's your function? That one?
Yeah.
And then the Bill. The I'm a Bill.
Yeah.
That one.
Song.
Are there any other ones? There have to be,
I can look it up, but Jen said college is like a 4-year void for her.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another off-topic thing that I wanted to bring up, but let me look up Schoolhouse Rock.
Also, Fagita said that I'm listening to a book about this right now. I guess about the school system and stuff. Please share the book with the class.
There was Electricity, Dollar and Cents, SENSE.
Don't remember that one.
I'm Just a Bill. Software, that'll be a fun one. 1996. Okay. What are we talking about? The Checks in the Mail. I was teaching how to write a check.
Did remember that one.
A Victim of Gravity. Ready or Not, Here I Come. Oh, no, I Got 6. I actually want to watch all of these.
Morgan said History Daily is one of my favorite podcasts because it reminds me of things I learned and expands on them. So that's on the screen if you feel like checking out the History Daily podcast.
That is actually something I wanted you to host, and I was going to help produce it.
What?
Where you kind of do 5 questions, different topics every day. You kind of like do it as trivia. Quick,
okay.
Like, what is this? Give them like a few seconds. They don't answer, obviously, because it's not real, but you're in your car. So you have a few seconds to like kind of come up with it. And then you give this is what the answer is. If you remember, blah, blah, blah. Next question. It's like the 5 school subjects. And I think you'd be so good at that.
Like a Trivial Pursuit card.
Basically.
You got one of every category.
But as a podcast.
And you rotate it. That'd be fun.
But what I remembered what I was going to say is that I'm still pretty close with my high school English teacher who taught me the most. Like, when I think of things that I learned and retained, it's proper English, shockingly, but it's when it comes to writing. And there are times, though, I want to just send her, like, my Instagram captions and be like, fix this grammatically for me. I want to see, like, where I messed up, just to see what she says.
Yeah, you should. Also, Cheese Dot is in the chat right now. He said, Anthony kicked our ass in trivia at the concert. So,
you played trivia at the concert?
When we got to the Crocodile, there's a bar in the front before you get to the actual venue.
Yeah.
And there were Trivial Pursuit cards on the table. So as we were hanging out, flipped over some of those cards. I got a lot of those correct.
Well, I tied Anthony in trivia at the women's sports bar.
Yes.
First time ever.
But it was all women's sports trivia. A lot of my answers were guesses.
Because I'm in sports.
Yes. Because you're a woman and you're in sports. I'm sure that's what it was.
By the way, all of the Schoolhouse Rocks are on Disney Plus, and I'm going to download them and watch them on our flight.
I want to jump over one of the topics real quick, Carla Marie, to go to no mirror equals happy life.
Okay.
Explain this.
We went on vacation with my family to Long Beach Island, New Jersey. We rented out a beach house.
Yeah.
It was like day 2 when I was like, there's no full length mirror in this place. I can't see what I'm wearing. And the bathroom mirror, because I'm short and it was kind of high up, I didn't see lower than here.
Yeah.
For a week. A whole week. And by day 3, I was like, honestly, I don't give a crap. Don't care. Where am I going? It doesn't matter. Whatever. And then I started to realize, like, we were all eating things, bakery for breakfast, all this stuff. And it was like day 4, day 5. And I remember thinking how every time I'm on vacation by that point, I'm like, oh my God, I got so fat. I gained weight. I look at myself in the mirror. Don't know. And I did not care. It did not cross my mind once how I was treating my body that week. I just was enjoying what I wanted to enjoy, eating what I wanted to eat, and so on. And I got back, and when I finally did look at myself in the mirror, I was like, oh. But I didn't have a whole...
What did you think, though?
I was... I don't say I was fine, but it's not like I was... Normally, I'll come back from, like, a cruise after a week of looking at myself in a mirror. A cruise is different, but somewhere. Looking at myself in the mirror every day and analyzing. And I came home, and I was like, that, surprisingly enough, being with my family was one of the most mentally healthy vacations for my body that I've had. And I was like, do I need to get rid of all the mirrors? Because
I like mirrors. But
it was so nice, and I've never experienced that before, and it really made me start thinking about how I treat myself.
Yeah.
How I overanalyze things, how you're on vacation.
Yes.
That is the point.
I think the mirror is not the problem. The mirror is how the problem is how we speak to ourselves.
Yeah, but if we didn't have the mirror.
No, but the mirror, because that then, I don't know if not having a mirror is a solution, right? That's like saying, oh, well, I'm not getting heavier because I don't have a scale. It's not true.
Facts, though.
You're just not myself. You're just not measuring it, right? That's like saying, I'm not broke. I just don't check my bank account.
Also works great.
Right? But they're not solutions to those problems, if you consider them a problem. But I do agree that we should be kinder to ourselves. But I've said this a million times. There is a balance between being kind to yourself and letting yourself get away with everything. You know what I mean? You can look at yourself and say, you know what, this is what I look like, and I'm okay with it.
Right.
It doesn't mean you can't look at yourself and say, you know what, I have let myself enjoy life for 3 weeks straight. Maybe I can clean up my diet.
Yeah.
For a month.
I don't know. I'm not going to get rid of mirrors and start smashing mirrors, but it was just kind of like a little bit of a wake-up call and gave me time to take a step back, but it just put me in a good headspace for a week, which was nice. But I feel like I'm finally at that point in my life where I'm like, this is my body. I've been trying to change it for 20 years. It's not going to change. Obviously, I work out and I work on certain things, and I think part of it also is now because I am starting to see a change. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, of course it's fine now.
Once you start feeling the change is when everything else falls into place.
Physically feel stronger. And I think being around my family who is so physically weak when it comes to things helped also.
Why? What do you mean physically weak?
My dad was about to call my niece's boyfriend to come wheel a wagon in the sand one of the days. You weren't there. You were at the gym. Okay. My dad was like, I'm going to call Travis to come get the wagon. I was like, what are you talking about? I'll wheel. He's like, you can't wheel the wagon. I was like, Dad, what? It's like, I know. I'm like not a police officer man, but I'm fine. He's like, no, I go, I'm wheeling the wagon.
Okay. Did you wheel it?
Yeah, and everyone decided to load all their beach chairs on it, a million things. So I wheeled the...
Do you think that was more of like your grandfather just wanted to like...
What the hell's my grandfather?
Not your grandfather, your dad? Because it's your niece's grandfather. Anyway, do you think your dad just wanted to like initiate... It was like an initiation
He's been more
thing,
than initiated, but
right?
maybe. But I did have to drag it up a hill. I was sweating, but I was like... I understand that like half the people in this family will do everything they can to not get out of things. And I have also been there because I know that I'm like, it's time to clean up the table. Oh, I got to go do something. Bye. Everyone else will do it. I will fit when it comes to that stuff though. Happy.
Fred brings up a good point. He said, I don't do mirrors. I do baseline outfits. If they fit like they always fit, I'm fine. If not, there's work to do. You know.
Yeah, that is when my pants stopped fitting.
Yeah.
Partially my butt grew for the first time in my life. And I started panicking though. See, the problem with that is I was like, my pants don't fit. My pants don't fit. I'm gaining so much weight. I literally have 10 pairs of pants that I'm about to put on Poshmark. And then one day I was like, wait a minute. I've been working to grow my butt.
Yeah.
That happened. Now your pants don't fit.
Yeah.
Or my underwear. It's wild.
Well, I mean, I guess I've probably had the same type of, not issue. I've never panicked about a shirt, but like medium shirts got tighter and tighter on me. Part of it was because I did gain some weight. The other part of it was because I've gained a lot of muscle. I've gotten a lot stronger ever since leaving radio because I've been able to work out consistently, sleep properly, do health things that I was just neglecting before. Mm-hmm. I always was, for the most part, I was always working out. Yeah. But if you're not sleeping properly or eating properly, it helps. It's not that it doesn't matter. It just, you're not going to see the same results. And once I started doing the healthier things outside of the gym, I saw results like crazy. Mm-hmm. But back to the whole not having a mirror, it's really, I think it's about the psychology of how we speak to ourselves.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely.
Sometimes, like, I'll tell, if I'm talking to my mom about how I'm adding something to my workout routine, or if I'm telling my brothers, a lot of people like to come at me and say, well, oh, but you're already in shape. I'm like, that's not, first off, that's a different scale for everybody. But I know how I feel when I do certain things.
Yes.
Especially when I was playing basketball and stuff like that. I knew I could tell how I was jumping and running if I was actually in good shape, right? If I had gained too much weight or whatever. So for me, it's less about how I look and more about how I feel on a day-to-day basis. You know, do I feel good when I'm doing certain activities? Because I've had a pretty long run of knowing how my body performs when it's in a good position. So I know very quickly how it's performing when it's not.
Martha just said something. I saw a video the other day. Don't try to fit into clothes that don't fit anymore. It's okay to buy new clothes. And to that same tune, recently for me, I was like, it's okay to go up a size to feel comfortable. Yes. And just and not like, I mean, even meaning like sweatshirts. Like I have original You Look Great sweatshirts that we got that I'm like, these are so small on me. And it's not just because it's my arms grew muscle, my shoulders grew muscle. There's certain areas where I'm just like, this is like it's.
And some of those things shrink over time.
Yes, but
there's also the other extreme where it's like if you're all of a sudden in a year going up 3 sizes in a shirt,
that's different.
There's probably something you should address, right? Like this is where I talk about there is balance with everything. You don't need to guilt yourself if you are getting bigger. As we all age, things change, right? But you also, it's okay to be, I don't want to say tough on yourself because a lot of people take that and run with it. I agree with you this. I think it's okay to tell yourself you can do better.
There's a line, and
exactly.
There's probably less than 1% of this population who's figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone truly figures it out all the time. I think we all have our good days and our bad days. But it's how we talk to ourselves. Instead of like, oh, I'm disgusting, I have to buy a bigger shirt. It's, I'm going to buy a bigger shirt, and if this bothers me, I'm going to do something about it.
Yes. Rebecca in Jacksonville said, I've been so self-conscious lately about going up a size. I swear women's sizing is getting out of control. And I'm pretty sure I've even lost weight. So one thing I started doing, I forget where it was when I was looking at, we went to the Sounders event. And they were doing, they were printing on plain white on long sleeves or t-shirts. And I wanted a long sleeve. And I think they were all just unisex / men's. When it says unisex, it's really just men's sizing. And I was like, I want to do a medium. She was like, okay. Because in my mind, I was like, I'm doing mediums. Yes, I'm petite, but smalls aren't comfortable for me. And then I was like, actually, wait, can I see it? And she held it up. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, I'll do a small. I didn't realize it was unisex and the small fit perfect. And I said, can I see it?
Yeah.
And that's what I started doing now is looking at something and trying it on.
Yeah, of course.
Don't yes, we have a basic size in our minds of what we are, but
things fluctuate. Materials are different.
It doesn't matter across the board. Even shoes are this is also why there's so much freaking trash when it comes to textiles. Mm-hmm. The government needs to be like, these are size. I don't care if I'm a 97 in the waist moving forward. Yeah. We need to have a globally, what is the word? I don't know what I'm looking for.
Standardized?
Size chart. Standardized size chart. Just everyone. Not even for women, not even for men. You're a 97, I'm a 100. Whatever it is. For your waist,
listen, I'm
your
all
pants,
for it.
It would ease up on returns for companies.
Listen, if we all just measured ourselves in centimeters, that would literally solve the problem because the rest of the world uses that.
I know.
And we would just say, oh, well, I'm a 87 centimeter waist. But there would be a big mental obstacle, a mental hurdle to get over for a lot of people. Because imagine your, what's the girl size?
Are you talking about numbers?
A 10? What's a normal size?
Just go ahead. Go. I want to hear.
And all of a sudden now you're an 87.
Yeah, but that number isn't even on our. Then we use, I don't know.
We use letters.
Letters, yeah.
Well, we use them for our boobs. You do? Oh yeah. Because I guess we use small, medium, large, right? XL. But we should just go standardized. Go A through Z.
There's something I was about to order the other day, and it was extra, extra small is where they started. And I was like,
yeah, but some people are very small.
I know, but why are we going to because you know why we're going to extra, extra small? Because if they started at small, right, maybe they just made their products, right, at this size, that's not a normal size. Instead of just starting at small, they'd have to go to extra, extra large, and no one's going to want to order.
Yeah.
Just because the mental mind, so they're like, oh, let's start at extra, extra small. It's like,
yeah.
Or just give them random names, like your pigeon, your dove, your turtle, whatever.
They should, you know what? They should just name. Although this wouldn't help the problem because you'd end up with elephant as one of the bigger sizes. But if you just named if you named it after animals in order of ascending size, right? Your smallest size was a mouse.
Nope, we're not doing that.
I'm a mouse.
That's completely awful.
I'm a cat. I'm a dog.
Neither be the number.
Yeah. That's why I said this is a bad idea.
What kind of dog? Am I
Oh, that's true.
a Mastiff or am I a Yorkie?
Yeah, little teacup poodle. Is that what they're called? Toy poodle? What's a teacup?
Teacup Yorkies.
You can only use that phrase with a Yorkie?
There's probably teacup other things. I don't know.
Is there a teacup cat?
I don't know. I think so, but those are bred. We don't talk about those kind of animals here.
Well, no, I know there's dwarf cats. I think that's what they call them. But that's an actual genetic disorder, and they just try to breed that genetic disorder over and over.
Shanna said, I'd be a hippopotamus. Lenny from Queens says, I'm size sloth.
What would I be?
Cheetah. You'd be a cheetah.
No, cheetahs, actually, they are pretty slender. Because I'm not a wide person. But I'm also not small. So maybe cheetah's probably good. I would like to be a jaguar, but a little more muscular. Cheetahs look like little bitches.
What am I?
You would probably be, a wiener dog. I think you'd be a wiener dog.
Because I'm short and stumpy?
Well, because you're short. You're not huge, right? You're not a Yorkie.
This conversation went from my mental health was great to I'm a fucking dachshund.
I think you're a wiener dog, size-wise. Is that not good? They're small. They're slender. They've just got little arms and legs. But I'm not. I'm talking about your general size, not your limbs. I think you'd be a good wiener dog in our new size chart. Is that when we create new You Look Great merch? Should we do a new size chart?
Good luck, everybody. No returns.
No returns. Just guess what animal you are.
I guess Fred said we should do sizes off of famous people.
Oh, that's good.
I've been between a Kevin James and a Jason Momoa.
I think both Fred and I are bigger than most famous people.
Here's the thing.
Outside of like professional
there are
athletes.
no famous people my size because all famous women are 0.
But they're also much taller than you.
That's what I mean.
It's going to be hard buying clothes for someone like that.
Kim Kardashian and I think we're the same height. Certainly not the same body.
But it's got to be like for actual supermodel type models and bodies.
They just get everything couture.
But it's got to be impossible. You can't go to TJ Maxx and buy something. Yeah. When you're 90 pounds and 6 feet tall. There's no normal clothes for you.
Like Kim Kardashian and I are the same height. That's what's crazy to me. You think about that. Like she obviously wears heels, but she'll wear things that help her look taller. I need that.
You have to also think about the fact that when we see Kim Kardashian, whether it's social media or TV, she is being framed, right? Like she looks, the frame is to her body size. Gotcha. She's not often taking, unless she was dating Chris Humphries back in the day, you never really saw her in a context where she wasn't framed to look.
Well, Kanye's not that tall, but Pete Davidson
not.
is. And
is
she
he?
Definitely, yes. He's like 6 foot something.
Okay.
I'll check. How tall are you, CM? 5'2". I really thought you were asking me in centimeters when I saw the CM for a second. Angela said a donkey can be a man size, jackass size.
Donkey's a good size, though.
Cheese Dot said that he is a wacky, wavy, inflatable tube man.
He's tall, skinny.
He's tall, got all the long limbs.
Yeah.
That's why I started laughing, because that was a good one. Lenny said, I'm between Tom Cruise and Bobby Lee.
Let's see, Morgan said, I always wonder how my female cousin finds clothes at 6'1" and thin. It's got to be difficult.
I don't know.
Like, if there was a shop for, like, emo guys, I'd say your cousin Morgan can just shop there, right? Like, tall, skinny emo guys. But
Hot Topic?
Maybe. Do you just buy all your clothes at Hot Topic?
Is everything a crop?
Because that's one of the problems I used to run into, especially in, like, high school and college when I was running track, because I was much skinnier. I mean, I'm 190-something pounds now. I was 165 pounds.
It's crazy.
When I was running track. 170, really, by the time I graduated.
But you were wearing small T-shirts? Like, what were you wearing?
Mediums.
They just were large on you.
But that was the thing. Like, it was hard for me to buy clothes at the time because I'm not terribly tall, but I'm not short.
That's
right?
the other
like,
thing.
I'm right under 6 feet tall, but I was also very thin. So sometimes a small would fit me width-wise, but it would look like a crop top on me lengthwise.
Right. And obviously we deal with it with You Look Great clothes and all the apparel and learning this side of things. And we've done our best to source the most inclusive sizes, whatever we can do. But even when you think about, like, just say the basics, right? It's small, medium, large, extra large. Those are, and I say basics not because I believe those are basic sizes. That's just what companies sell. Okay. Those are 4 sizes that you're expecting billions of people to fit into. Yeah. Come on.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
And it's a catch-all, right? It's their averages. Generally, people who are this tall, some equation said they're this wide.
Speaking of, Pete Davidson is 6'3".
Okay.
He's a tall man. So he was a foot and 1 inch taller than Kim Kardashian.
That's crazy.
How tall is your brother, Michael?
6'1". Okay.
I was going to stand next to him and see what it's like to be Kim Kardashian.
I dated a girl that I was basically a foot taller than her. 2 of them, actually. I think both of my previous, like, longtime girlfriends were both right around 5 feet tall, 4'11", 5 feet tall.
Were they classified little people?
No, I don't think so. They were just very short. And I'm 5'11".
Oh, yeah, didn't we come to the conclusion that I'm the tallest girl you've dated?
Yeah.
It's weird. You got a problem. You want to, like, feel like you're a macho man, so you only date.
I was very small for a long time, so now I wanted to feel bigger. No. There was a question.
Everyone's asking each other how tall they are and different stuff, and I'm like, do we need baseball cards?
You know what would be good, though, especially in our Discord, is if there was, like, a sizing chart help, right? So you would go in.
I'm shopping here. Does anyone shop here?
Yeah, and you'd have to be comfortable telling someone your measurements, right? Like your height, your weight, boob size for women, whatever. Boob size for men if you've got some boobies.
Wait, I'm going to make this.
But there'd be that's a great chat channel where you could say, hey, I'm shopping at, give me a store.
Athleta.
Okay. I am this tall, this heavy. What would you suggest if you are my similar body size?
I need this because I went up to the girl at the gym and I was like, didn't realize that I knew that I knew her, but that's a whole nother story. I knew that I knew her, but I couldn't figure out where. And we had a whole conversation, then it clicked after. But I went up to her because she was wearing Gymshark shorts. And I have a Gymshark gift card, and I have ordered different things. They have 8,000 things on their website.
That's a lot.
And I was like, I ordered a small, I ordered a medium. The small will be too big, then the medium's too big, or the medium's too small, and then I look like I have a camel toe, like I've never had before. It's so bad. What do I do? And she started telling me, these are old. This is what you got to do. You got to wear them this way. And I was like, thank you. I still need help. But like, that is what I need in our Discord. We're doing it.
That'd be interesting to figure out if we can actually make a channel like that works. I'm sure there's something on Reddit too. There's probably a subreddit.
We need ours.
But where was the list? There it is.
This was fun.
Oh my God, it's already 9 o'clock.
Shut up.
Well, look at that. What? Why'd you say shut up?
I can't believe it.
I'm almost 5'1" short, says Wendy from Brooklyn. Rebecca in Jacksonville, 4'11".
And my husband tells me to get a handicap decal. Fred the mailman is 6 feet, and he said he's dated 2 women that were 4'10". I would make you do cheer stunts with me all the time.
Milwaukee Tom, 6'2", so everyone's putting their heights in there, right? Let me type it in. I'm 5'11".
5'2", CM.
Oh, you're doing it? Okay. Run like a... This is actually kind of fun. I'm now like... I'm seeing like this graph in my head.
I'm technically 5'2" and like a quarter, but whatever.
Oh, Tones, what length pants do you wear? I think I'm a 33. Or is that my waist? 33.
Ariana from Denver, 5'5". That's like goals.
5'5"?
Yeah.
What is the average height for a woman?
Probably that.
What are average heights these days?
But yeah, we're also short. Oceana, 5'8". Like my best friend Alex, she's 5'8". Such a good height. Like
5'4" is the average for women.
I think about that all the time. Like, man, if I could I don't need to lose weight, but can I just grow 4 inches? But I've talked about this. Going to the chiropractor legit changed my height by, I think it was half an inch. Because I was like 5'1.5" for the longest time, and now I am like easily 5'2".
I have been trying, and part of it was going to the chiropractor, part of it was going to PT. I'm trying very hard to work on my posture, but not just when I'm sitting, when I'm standing even. I feel like my shoulders roll forward a lot.
I push you sometimes. I'm like, put it back.
And the chiropractor had told me, the physical therapist had told me that because a lot of times people will tell you to like straighten out your back, but trying to pinch your shoulders back, you're going to get tired at some point. What you want to do is you want to think, instead of pushing your shoulders back, you want to think of
Boobies.
The middle of your chest, pushing it closer to the sky. And that actually helps fix your posture.
Boobies up.
But I always feel...
What face did I just make?
But when I do that, I feel like I'm walking around like a gym douchebag. It makes me feel like I'm trying to be like, oh, look at me.
Yeah, imagine being a woman.
Yeah, I guess. But if I'm supposed to really stand... Now, look at... I'm off the screen now.
I noticed that. For me, too.
I mean, granted, I'm trying to do work and stuff, but...
All right, go back to the other one.
Oh, go back to this screen? There we go. Let's see. A lot of posture problems come from core strength, another thing I'm going to be working on. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. I meant that in a good way, too. Yeah, that is true. She's said nothing feels weirder than having a pump and trying to have good posture. Like at the end of my gym workouts, because obviously your muscles are expanded at that point, and you're trying to walk with good posture, it really feels like you're walking around like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not how I look, but it's how I feel.
That's fair. I'm going to do it at the gym today.
Are you coming with me?
Maybe.
What have you been liking going to the gym? Because you were very anti-gym originally. And I know you're still an Orange Theory fitness girl.
I'm an Orange Theory fitness girly, yes.
Yes.
I'm also a gym girly. but nothing gets me more fired up than people at the gym. So I'm like, this is great for my body.
What kind of people?
Terrible for my blood pressure.
Because there's a lot of people. What are the people that are getting you mad? Say it.
The whole thing?
I don't say whatever you want. I don't care.
First of all, personal trainers, if you are representing the gym. You are wearing their logo on your freaking shirt. You need to, A, be nicer to people who are working out also and don't need your help. No offense. I'm also training to become a personal trainer. You don't be a dick to people.
What are they doing?
They're just like, excuse me, we need to use this. It's like, back up, bro. I'm here too. I'm a paying customer as well.
Yeah, they are sometimes
aggressive.
The most rude people in the gym.
Just say, hey, how much time do you have? Whatever it is, the way you speak to people, especially because you are representing the corporation.
It's also the thing I think that they screw up is personal trainers, as I've seen, at least at LA Fitness, they don't put weights away. They don't wipe things down. They just go station to station.
By the way.
And I understand that they are in a rush because they have a time constraint with their client, but a lot of those clients are going to the gym for the first time.
Yeah.
And now you're teaching them that those are the standards.
Right. I was thinking about this the other day. I have an idea. But Fred the Mailman said, I'm going to LA Fitness in Ballard. When I'm there, I'm going to use one of those 3-day passes.
Oh, yeah.
But we have to go together one of the days.
Are Fred and I going to get a pump together?
I'm coming.
No, it's the boys only.
Okay.
We're going to do deadlifts.
And we're doing a video about this on Instagram. People who don't put their weights back should be suspended or kicked out of the gym.
I was actually going to... I was going to talk to one of the guys who he's at the gym at night at the front desk, and we chat up every now and then. We chatted up, and I was going to suggest to him every gym goer, every member should have a yellow flag. And
like the commercial.
And you should be able to throw a flag at someone. And if someone in the course of a week gets more than 2 yellow flags, they're suspended for a month.
We should just bring flags and do it.
Sure, yeah.
But what I was thinking is before you officially start at a gym, they should have to walk you through gym etiquette. Mm-hmm. And when you go to a place like Orange Theory and you have your first class and they kind of bring you through, your weights will be here, you re-rack your weights, it's boom, when you're done, you do this. And you're also, the thing with Orange Theory is you finish your weights and you know someone else is coming to use them after you. You have to clean them, you have to do everything. Same thing with the treadmill. Like, it's a very well-oiled machine of looking after the other members in your community.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is you know each other's names because they're up on the screen and stuff like that. You're in this together.
It's also smaller.
It is. When you go to a bigger gym, it's a free-for-all. But I'm betting you, like, if you go to the Olympic Club here, it's super expensive every month. I bet you those people aren't throwing weights around and leaving them there.
I bet you they are.
Well, I bet
you they just pay someone to put things away.
Also that.
Because I have noticed this. This is the craziest thing. So I go to the LA Fitness in Ballard. Talk about that a lot. And yes, it is very frustrating because a lot of times people don't put their things back where they're supposed to go. But here's the craziest thing to think about, Carla Marie. Mm-hmm. Out of all of the LA Fitnesses I've gone to,
it's the best one.
It is actually the best one. New Jersey, Paramus, New Jersey. If you are listening to this and you go to the LA Fitness in Paramus, New Jersey, there's a good chance you are a raging asshole.
I'm not surprised.
Because, I mean, no one puts anything back where it's supposed to go. The 85s are where the 5s go. The 5s are where the 100s go. The plates are on this side of the gym. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Mm-hmm. Nothing is uniform there. And I end up working out or taking 15, 20 minutes longer to complete my workouts because I'm spending that time literally trying to locate the equipment that I need.
What I started doing during my rest time in between sets is cleaning up other people's weights. Yeah. So I'm like, it's technically not a rest, but I'm getting in.
You're moving around.
Weights. But what I started doing, and I know you do this too, is if I see something is not where it should be, I pick it up and I move it, and I go like grumpy old man, get off my lawn. I'm like, over dramatic, like. I don't understand. Like under my breath, headphones in, talking out loud. And there's going to be a fight one day because the person that left it is probably going to hear me, but they're wrong.
When I started doing this, I've only done this for the past like 2-3 weeks, is I will literally not even just like roll my eyes or huff and puff. As I'm moving the weights to where they're supposed to be, I'll go, fucking idiots.
Yeah. Oh.
I literally will say, fucking idiots.
Yep.
Pretty loud. I'm not screaming it because there's other people around, but just in case.
I saw a Ballard High School student the other day. He was working out, and he was just like, he was so mad. He was like, what the heck? And by himself. And I heard him through my headphones, and I was like, man, Gen Z.
Yeah.
I feel
hopeful.
It's
also, the craziest part, too, is it's not, I think the easiest thing to do is blame, like, meatheads who don't care about anybody else. It's not. It's men, women, old, young.
Remember those women the other day?
They were the worst.
Who had every piece of equipment just it was the most absurd
There were three of them working out together. They were on a chest press machine, and they had...
Oh, no, I wasn't even thinking of them. The ones that had the things piled by...
Yeah.
I can't.
But again, it's not one type of person. It's old, young, big, small, male, female, black, white. It's all...
Everyone.
There is an a-hole in the gym that fits every category.
You know what's so funny?
And there's also great people in the gym.
I'll see like a rogue 3-pound weight, and I'm like... It's not like you couldn't pick it up and put it back. Mm-hmm. It's not like you got so tired you forgot to come move them, whatever. Also, I think if we do this at a day where, like, at a time of day when your gym buddies are going to be there to definitely encourage it. But we show up with the megaphone, and we're like, attention, everyone. This is a public service announcement. All gyms are getting the same announcement at the same time. Like, we lie like it's the alert. Put your weights back or you're going to gym jail. And everyone would be like, woo.
Oh, man. What a time. Well, we got to go to the gym. Are you coming with me today or not? You ready to get some anxiety up there or some anger?
We'll see.
All right. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will be back on Monday. Don't forget, there is a new episode of the Morning Show podcast available wherever you get your shows. Carla Marie, any last words?
Well, go back to the screen. See
the
what
pennies are the only things we didn't talk about.
All right, that's a fun one. We'll do it
Monday.
Monday.
All right. Peace out.